These girls are proper professionals when it comes to au pairing because they've had an au pair how many times?
5.
5 times. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good, and if you're watching this video, this means you're definitely interested in au pairing, and I couldn't recommend it more. I'm outside today here in Spain because I'm au pairing in Benicassim, which is about 45 minutes away from Valencia. If you would like to know more about that, I have Q&As on my Instagram, and I have vlogs and information on my YouTube too, so if you would like to see that and ask me questions, feel free. But today is about how to get the perfect family. It's not just about getting the perfect au pair family, it's about getting the perfect au pair family for you, and that's so important. There's lots to think about, and having done a whole month of au pairing and met so many au pairs along my way, I've got some information to tell you. So let's get into 5 things that you should consider before picking your family. So number 1 is language. Where do you want to go? What country do you want to go to? Maybe you speak English and you want to go somewhere to help people learn English. For example, somewhere like Spain or Germany, or even in England. You can au pair if you're English in England too. Maybe you're wanting to learn a new language, which is also something huge to consider. And maybe like me, you're studying languages. So I do French, Spanish and German. Therefore, I wanted to make sure that I was going to an au pair family that didn't just want someone English for their children to learn English, but someone that was happy to also speak Spanish with me. The agreement we have with my family here is that when the kids are around, we speak mostly in English, and when I'm with the parents, we try our best to speak in Spanish. So that's definitely something that you would want to speak with your family about beforehand. For example, one of the things I love to do when I'm here is we go out on the weekend with their friends who don't speak English, and that's my opportunity to practice my part of the bargain. So I teach them English, but then they also teach me Spanish. And it's not just considering the country, it's considering the accent. I was living in Granada for 5 months before coming here, and when I tell you that accents in the different areas in Spain are ridiculously different. In Granada, they've got a very, very strong accent, and it was quite hard to understand. Whereas I thought, right, for au pairing, if I'm going to practice my Spanish, I want to go somewhere that's a pretty neutral accent. So Valencia was perfect. Yes, they do have Valencian, but if you go to certain areas, you can work out where they speak different languages. There's loads of different types of Spanish. I'll list them here. Number 2, which goes alongside the language, is the specific location you're going. You have so many options on AuPairWorld, it's amazing, but that's definitely the first thing you do when you go onto the account. You choose the areas, the countries that you want. So, do you want somewhere that's the countryside? Do you want somewhere that's got a swimming pool or a beach? Do you want somewhere that's a cute little cottage or an amazing big house? Like, there's so many options, and you are choosing your family. Yes, you're under interview, but you're also interviewing them. So if you know that there's something you really want, because you know you're spending your life there for a little bit, it's a huge commitment, it's an amazing thing to be part of another family, but obviously your surroundings, the type of town you're going to be in, whether it's busy or not, is important. It's quite a nice thing to ask whether there are other au pairs normally that are in the area so that you can meet up with them, and a great way of doing that is by checking out different groups that there are on Facebook and like looking up the area with au pairs. I love the area that I chose in Benicassim. It's like a 7-minute walk to the beach. It is gorgeous, yet also we can drive to the mountains, and there's also a busy town called Castellón, which is not far. So that was a perfect fit for me. You might prefer being in a busy city where you're surrounded by restaurants so you can always go out, or you might prefer the beach. You might not even want somewhere tropical like this. So have a think about the type of thing that you might want. As you can tell, it is so hot here. I love getting my tan on. I love playing games with kids in the pool and then going to the beach, having ice cream. That might be completely not for you, and you might want somewhere that's slightly less scorching hot. Number 3, which is a really big thing for me, I spent so long trying to work out what I wanted for this, is the age of the kids, because depending on the age that you choose will give you an entirely different experience. And as you can imagine, being with a much younger child that definitely needs to be watched and needs looking after and maybe cooked for more will give you a completely different experience to older children that maybe are better at English and can look after themselves a little bit more. So it depends the type of thing you're wanting. Maybe you're looking to look after children and be an amazing babysitter that helps them learn English and helps them grow up. Maybe you just want someone that can already speak English and you're just helping them a little bit and you're hanging out. Just waiting for the wind. One of my friends au paired for a 1-year-old girl. She was so sweet and she absolutely loved it. She would take her around in the pram and just go wherever she wanted, and she'd get to do loads of touring and visiting cities, just also with a baby. And you can study in a cafe. It's basically looking after them whilst also getting the opportunity to be in an amazing new place. Other people choose 5-year-olds and they are constantly having a laugh, being silly, trying to teach them with lessons in English, but also obviously having to look after them. I, on the other hand, you know what? I'll let them explain it and then you'll get a bit more of an understanding. This is, what's your name?
Claudia.
Claudia. And this is?
Paula.
Paula. How old are you?
12.
How old are you?
11.
What things do we do?
Swimming pool. Sometimes we sing.
Sing?
And play games. Cooking.
Yeah, and we're able to chat properly, aren't we, in English, which is good. These girls are proper professionals when it comes to au pairing because they've had an au pair how many times?
5.
5 times. How old were you when you first had an au pair?
Like 5.
5. So you've done loads of different types of au pairing.
3 Hannahs.
And 3 people were called Hannah. So if you're a Hannah, you should definitely au pair, right?
Yeah.
And because you guys are so good at English, it means that you can help me with my Spanish too.
Yeah.
How's my Spanish?
Quite good.
It's quite good, but your guys' English is better than my Spanish. Yeah.
You say so?
Come on. They always try and teach me Spanish words, and I try and teach you English words. There's a tip for au pairs: when you learn new words, write them down because otherwise you'll always forget.
Almohada, pillow, cojines, cushion.
Cushion. For someone that has an au pair, do you prefer to be taught English by like doing writing stuff, or
No.
by what do you like?
We had all the au pairs types, but I prefer obviously playing games and also speaking English while you're playing because it's so much fun and you learn the same. And if someone telling you to do grammar and all that stuff, you do that in the school, so it's like no point to have an au pair.
There you go. So if you're looking for au pair kids that want to properly learn English by writing, because maybe you're practicing to be a teacher, you need to make sure you find kids that want that. You wouldn't want these kids because they want to play. Number 4, one really important thing when choosing your au pair family are the types of hobbies and personality that they have. I am really sporty and into fitness.
So are we.
And so is this family. So that made it a perfect match. What have you just done for a week?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. And what do you do every week?
Trail running.
So we all run together and we do great fitness things because that's something that I love. Maybe if you play an instrument or you love, I don't know, drawing, then that's something that you might want to find a family that love doing as well. Also, we have a pet. If you hate dogs, if you hate cats or love them, that's something to consider. Where's Milka?
There.
Hey, just on time. I like kitties. What does she have? Here we go. Milka is a puppy. She's 6 months. So we also have to look after this one and train her, take her on walks, which changes the whole au pair experience too. If you want to see more photos and videos of Milka, head over to my Instagram because there's lots of cute little ones of her there. Personality wise as well, depending on the type of person you are, will depend on the type of things you want to do with the kids. Maybe you agree that you only are 3 hours with the kids a day. Maybe you don't want to eat dinner with them, or maybe you want to do every single thing with them. I feel like I'm properly in the family. Like I do lunch, I do dinner, we always go out at the weekends. So you definitely need to talk with your family about the type of things that they expect and would like you to do. You know, you might want to do less or more, and every family is different. The final thing, number 5, the final thing to consider before getting an au pair family is deciding how long you want to stay. Some au pair families will want you to stay for just a few weeks, others will want you to stay for a month, others will want you to stay for a month and then you'll end up wanting me for longer and I want to stay longer but my flight's already booked.
Also first for a year.
Yeah, so it changes the whole thing, and depending on how long you stay and the agreements will depend on how much you get paid and how it all works. The agreement is you basically live with a new family, they give you food, they give you shelter, and the minimum you get is 70 euros a week. So it's worth it. Well, thank you very much for watching. We hope that this video was useful. And if you have any questions for the girls or for me or about au pairing in general, about anything, then comment below or message me on my Instagram and we will get back to you. Goodbye!